Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make some easy last minute Christmas treats. We're going to start out with these chocolate covered Oreo balls. So to make these, you're going to want some cream cheese, some Oreos, you're going to want milk chocolate and white chocolate melting chocolates. You're also going to want some Christmas sprinkles, a mixing bowl along with a spoon, toothpicks, a couple of plastic baggies, and you're going to want a baking tray with parchment paper. So we're going to start by taking our Oreos and just sticking them in these bags. And I used a whole container of Oreos for this. Once in the bags, you're going to just start pounding them so they crumble up. Just use your fists. It's pretty simple. And once they're all crumbled up, you can just put these into your bowl. So just pour out the crumbs. And now I'm going to take a whole block of cream cheese. This is 8 ounces, which is what you need. So you're just going to pour this up in there. And make sure your cream cheese is softened, just so it's easier to mix. Mine wasn't, so I failed. But yeah, makes it a lot easier.
You gotta kind of be like a boss when you do it. You can't just mix. You gotta really get in there. Gotta mix it all up and shit, and get a little messy. You gotta just keep mixing. Keep mixing. So fans, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start rolling these balls of fun here. Then we're gonna put them onto that. You see what we're doing here? It's a really simple process. You just take a clump, then roll. Gotta roll. Then you put it on the thing. Take another clump. Take a little bit more. Roll the clump. It's really not hard, people.
Thank you, Kevin. So yeah, all you just do is roll the balls of cream cheese and Oreo and place them. This recipe said it was going to make like 48, but I only made like one tray. But anyway, you're going to want to put these in the fridge so they can harden for a bit. And then you're going to want to melt some chocolate. So you just put the chocolate into bowls and you can put it in the microwave at 10-second intervals. And you're just going to want to make sure that you don't burn the chocolate. And once it's nice and melted, we can start dipping. So after a few minutes in the fridge, your chocolate balls should be pretty hard so that they're easier to dip and they don't fall apart. So you're just gonna smother these in chocolate. Just try to get it all the way around the ball. Kind of hard one-handed. So I made my sister help me. And then she's just kind of using a spoon to help smother the chocolate around there. That just looks delicious. And then you're going to want to take your white chocolate and a spoon and just kind of try to drizzle it on top of those. They don't have to be perfect, obviously. And now we're just taking some Christmas sprinkles and sprinkling them over the top. And once you have all this finished, you're going to want to stick these back in the fridge for another few minutes, just so the chocolate has time to harden and they're not all melty. And then there you go, you have some Oreo cream cheese balls, and they're really delicious. Now I'm going to show you how to make this Christmas bark, which is so good. You're going to want some Oreos again, and you're going to want a couple of things of melting chocolate, some M&Ms, and pretzel sticks. And of course you're going to want a baking sheet with parchment paper. And you're just going to start by just cracking up some pretzels and just spreading them all over the tray. You can use as many or as little as you want. Just break them all up. And they're going to look like this.
You crack, 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 crack them Gundam style. You crack. Let's say you take another Oreo and you crack, you crack, you crack. If you can't figure out how in the hell you crack an Oreo, there's really not much I can do to help you. I'm sorry to be crude and rude to you fans, but there's only so much that I can do to help you. If you can't figure out how to just take an Oreo and then just crack it and sprinkle, and it's really not that hard. You take an Oreo.
Don't put it so close, it's so out of focus.
You take an Oreo and you crack. You crack. And
in simpler terms, just break up your Oreos. And now, once you have your Oreos and your pretzels just spread out on the tray, you can add some Christmas colored M&Ms to finish it off. And just kind of sprinkle them all over the place again. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And then once again, you're going to want to melt your chocolate. Just do the 10-second intervals until it's melted. And now you're just going to take your chocolate and you're just going to pour this right on over the candies and pretzels that you have laid down on the tray.
oh yeah, do that drizzle.
This is like food porn.
What?
I said this is like food porn. Haven't you ever heard of that?
What's food porn?
Like,
When porn looks
Gifts,
for food
it's
that's
like-
really sexy.
yeah, it's like gifts of like food, just like chocolate drizzling everywhere.
And so I let this just sit out for a bit so that it had time for the chocolate to seep down to the bottom so that all the pieces don't fall off. And then once that's done, you're going to want to stick this in the freezer for a couple hours just so it hardens. And once it's hard, you can start breaking it up so that it is bark and little bite-sized pieces. So we're just breaking it up and sticking it into a container to store. And you might want to store this in your fridge just so the chocolate doesn't melt. And there you go, some delicious Christmas bark. Now the last treat I have for you guys are these little pretzel bites. So these are super simple to make. All you're going to need is some Hershey Kisses, you're going to want some M&Ms, and then pretzel rings as well. So you're just going to start with your baking trays by laying out all of your pretzel rings. Just spread these out over the tray. Then you're going to want to start unwrapping your Hershey Kisses and sticking them in the center of the pretzel ring. And then they should look like this when you're all done. Look at all those wrappers. So now you're going to want to stick these pretzels in the oven just so your Hershey Kisses can melt slightly. So just stick them in there for 2 minutes, not any longer, so they don't melt all the way. And now you're just going to take your M&Ms and push them into the tops of the Hershey Kisses, which should be melted enough to squish down. And again, you're just going to want to place these in your fridge until the chocolate has time to harden. And then that's it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will make sure to be back with more videos. Bye!